Well, I'm proud of our group, because like the Pittsburgh game last week, we had game pressure on us, and we had to make some big shots and get some stops, and we did. Um, they're so potent offensively. We had it under control, and then they go on that run. But again, I think we've grown a little bit this week, as far as believing how to finish games and being in close games. And so to be 2-1 in this league after how we had to win the last two games, I'm thrilled.
Mike, how much of it is just old guys being old?
Yeah.
You kept saying for the last 3 years it was going to turn, it was going to
Yeah.
turn, but now you see that it's turning. Is it just the guys?
Yeah, I think so, Tom. Experience, and it was Prentice the other night. It was Nate tonight, and um, so and what I've been impressed with the last two games was the huddles under 8 minutes have both been really close games, and you're not sure, and maybe and we really came out of those pretty poised and figured out a way to finish. Um, so, yeah, I mean, we've shown some real toughness and poise and belief, which is, you know, which is great to see.
Did you realize you had to kind of give up something to fake out inside to not let everything else get going in the first half?
It's one of those things where they've made, and they ended up making 8 tonight, but they've made double-digit threes the last couple games. And I know they got 3 guys out there that can really stroke it. And our thing was, let's just see if it's more 2-point shots. And Baycoats, it's tough when those jump hooks are going in, but they count too. And if you look at our numbers, we're shooting the ball. I figured we can make double-digit threes, and then all of a sudden, we're scoring. At halftime we had 40, 39. We had 39. We were scoring. But we're gonna have to. That's what 4 straight games of double-digit threes. I think it was a mystery early, shooting the ball. But I think we can really shoot it, and we're getting them. We're getting them with calmer feet. But yeah, you're kind of like. It was almost like the big fellow from Kentucky. And we've done this. Those count too. Those count too, and we're scoring on the other end, and we're up 2 possessions, so we're not gonna start doubling and biting, and guys, because the game all of a sudden they make 2 in a row, and and the whole complexion changes. So we did a better job after that, guarding the arc.
Hey, Coach, Austin Burnett, ABC 57. You said yesterday this is going to come down to some senior leadership. You certainly got that tonight, and you were able to hold Carolina under those double-digit threes. How much would you say contributed from the win to that senior leadership?
Yeah, no, I mean, as Tom asked, I mean, these old guys have played a lot of basketball, and especially, the Dane Lashevsky Hub trio, who've been, were in there as freshmen. They're veteran guys. They're hungry. I think they have great ownership of their team and would like to do something memorable. And sometimes it's my job to stay out of their way and let those guys lead and talk and figure it out. Cormac Ryan, I thought, was just flat out fabulous defensively. Again, sitting down in a stance. I thought Wirtz gave us great minutes in the first half. He wasn't in there as much in the second. And, Blake, the young guy, is a gifted guy. And, sometimes when we have a hard time scoring, he just gets us a bucket. And I'm learning to just kind of let him loose to do that.
What's the progress been on getting the announcers to say the Bend?
Yeah, we haven't got to that yet. They say from right here in South Bend, maybe as a sophomore. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Right. But it's really neat when he gets a hand from our people, and it's South Bend, Indiana. It's a great story. Couldn't ask more poise out of him, but man, does he have good big brothers on this team that know they need him and know how to talk to him when he's young.
Mike, you referenced needing a breakout type game from Prentice like he had been used to. You referenced the same for Nate. Now that they both had it, how do you help him spin that forward?
I'm darn sure going to convince him that here we go, and because Dane's been there, and now we got all three of you guys cranking, and I, for Nate, a lot of people say, well, he only got 4 shots, he only got 5 shots. He's not going to just go get a shot, but he does play with very good passers, and tonight they really found him, and he is moving himself around in some of the stuff we're doing offensively and learning to be crafty and find some spots. And man, everyone he rose up to take, I thought was going in, and I'm thrilled for him. And then what's probably lost in him shooting the ball so well is the man defends his backside off. He works, and he's dealing with Baycoat most of the night. And then he rebounds, and then he rotates over and takes a charge, and he talks. He just gives so much effort on that defensive end. Yeah, it'd be nice to see all three of these guys in Atlanta. All right, here we go. Y'all ready now? Everybody ready now? Got it. Let's go. Here we go.
And then on Cormac, you referenced his defense. I think he drew 2 charges tonight. He had a couple of huge rebounds, hit some key free throws late. What's the cumulative benefit of that as you go along?
Yeah, he is a warrior. I do think bringing him off the bench has helped a little bit. He comes in, and evaluates, and he's a little calmer. And one of the things I think a mistake I made, I didn't play him enough in the first half. He only played 8 minutes. He should have played more, and I corrected that error in the second half because he is our best defensive guard. And he took the charges, but every time Davis, and we kept flipping him to Davis or Love, depending on who we were afraid of the next couple minutes, and he just stayed in front of him. And he just works, made some big shots. He's a believer too, man. He's a believer. He's thrilled for him, man. He works at it though and wants to win.
You referenced Atlanta. How much you know what's the next step for this group? Like you've had teams like this in the past where it's kind of a struggle early, but then you're able to stack 3, 4, 5 league wins in a row together on the road.
Yeah.
Or just kind of take off.
Well, it's a huge one. I mean, if you can get to 3-1 in this league, man, you are starting to really think, feel it. And we really got to get some rest tomorrow. And then, we're gonna play against the zone. They play their little matchup zone down there, and it's a tough place to play. And I think our guys remember, we were in position last year playing really well, and we couldn't finish it. And but there's a good vibe about this group. I think we found something this week, and see if we can take it on the road.
You mentioned things kind of turning for guys as seniors. How have you seen that come to fruition with Dane, whether it's hunting a shot there or
Yeah.
getting a defensive rebound?
Yeah, he has really kind of been different since June in our summer practices. The thing, he had 3 assists tonight. He had a couple assists. He had 4, I think, the other night in Pittsburgh. He's really become a guard. I teased him all last year. I said, when are you going to be a guard and not a high school 4-man? And he'd laugh. And certainly he can score around the bucket, and we find him and post him and run him off stuff. But now he's made some play. He's had 7 assists in 2 games. It's almost like there's been a light bulb there as far as finding people too, and I think that growth is great. Now, he's a warrior on that backboard, and I know he didn't shoot it maybe as well tonight, but the stuff around the bucket when we get him a touch, I think it's going every time.
Coach, I know that double-digit threes are key for the 17 games, but is Wesley and Goodwin finding those mid-range shots and driving to the holes? That kind of spread it out more.
Helps us, yeah, Tim. It does help us, no question. And I've tried to talk to Blake. I think he's gotten a little better about not settling for the 3. He did a couple tonight, but he can get to 15 and get you one. Dane can get you that, a little bit. So, that does help us where we're not living out there. We couldn't really establish Paul tonight like we did in Pittsburgh. But we got some drives. Now they start to get aware of our shooters, and when that hole opens up, and we get a drive, and Prentice gets fouled, and we get it to the bucket a little bit. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.